Power hour. It's the what? Power hour. It's the who? Power hour. Yeah. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives. Power hour. It's the what? Power hour. It's the who? Power hour. Yeah. Blacks, Hispanics, and
Manifest destiny, right? This is the belief that they had. They called it American Progress. That's the name of that picture. That if you're familiar, we've spoken about it on the show before. But that's a familiar picture, American Progress. It's an allegorical, meaning it's a similitude, representation of the modernization of the New West. Blow up the picture a little bit. Okay, and I still want to be able to read the thing. Are we able to read it as we look at the picture? There we go. So, a personification of the United States is shown leading civilization westward with the American settlers. That personification is that whore, that great harlot. It's no coincidence that it's a woman in that personification. You read that in Revelations where it talks about that whore that sits on many waters, right? There's a reason it referred to her as a woman, because that's what they chose, right? In this, through the spirit of this artist. All right. That's what was put out in that. So they say that's the representation of the modernization of the New West. Right. That image's name is called Columbia. Right. That personification, that whore. Notice she has I think that's supposed to be a Bible in her hand. And then she has like a lasso. Right. And no, I'm sorry. So that lasso is the telegraph lines. Right. That she's bringing forward. And look at she's supposed to. She's so angelic and all this other. She looks like a demon to me now that you got the proper understanding to know what demons are.
It says send in the white woman.
Right. Go ahead. Send in the white woman.
Like
It's
Caitlyn
shown
Jenner.
leading civilization westward with the American settlers. They called them settlers. Those are robbers and thieves. Okay. The painting shows the manifest destiny, the belief that the United States should expand from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. In 1872, artist John Gass painted a popular scene of people moving west that captured the view of Americans at the time, called The Spirit of the Frontier. And he says that was the view of Americans at the time. That's still their view. And widely distributed as an engraving portraying settlers moving west. Guided and protected by Columbia, who represents America and is dressed in a Roman toga. So you got these people out here, you got these apologists, these Christian groups saying, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. America's Rome. America's this, America's that. They don't get it. Yet here's an example of them telling them themselves. So it says it's a woman who represents America. So the name of that image is Columbia, right? A woman who represents America and is dressed in a Roman toga to represent classical republicanism. And aided by technology, right? So that's their witchcraft. They came with technology, railways, telegraph, driving Native Americans and bison into obscurity. The technology shown in the picture is used to represent the outburst of innovation and invention of modern technology. It is also important to note that Columbia is bringing the light, as witnessed on the eastern side of the painting as she travels towards the darkened west. So show the whole picture so we show that part. You look at the right of the picture as they're coming from where they've already set up America, right? What was then America, the United States. It's all light, bright. The sun is coming up over the clouds. And as they go into the west, you see Gad there fleeing, right? Right, some of them are waving them on because of that invitation that we spoke about, but some of them are fleeing. You see the bison fleeing. That reminds me of the curses in Deuteronomy where it talks about our oxen.
There's the bear right there at the bottom fleeing.
The bear is fleeing.
A coyote, bro.
Right.
That's Romans when it says that the earnest expectation is that the creature, like the creature.
Right, the earnest expectation of the Romans 8:19, awaiteth the manifestation of the sons of God. Look at the mountains, how black and weary are. You know what reminds me of Mordor in Lord of the Rings.
right.
They're trying to make it seem like it's all jacked up and all dark. So they're coming with light. They're coming with technology. They're coming to enlighten and civilize us.
The hell is this?
Crazy.
Yep.
Her book says school book.
It's a school book.
Yeah, and then there's a 5-pointed star on top of her head.
School book, it says. Wow, look at a 5-pointed star. That's Moloch, Remphan. They come in with idolatries and the school system. That's heavy that they come in with the school system because that lets you know, like what they did the Indian schools, where we spoke about that. We did a 2-part show on that. They spoke about They even have Mexican boarding schools, right? And the school system, when we went over agents of socialization, is a construct of how they maintain control, right?
So look at that. Her feet are all dirty. No.
All right, let's go back to the documentary.
Dirty cave woman feet.
Actually, no, let's finish reading this from Manifest Destiny. Let's go back to the actual wiki link, and then we'll go back to the documentary. Okay. Manifest Destiny was a widely held cultural belief. I take issue with was. It is a widely held cultural belief in the 19th century United States that American settlers were destined to expand across North America. There are three basic themes to Manifest Destiny: the special virtues of the American people and their institutions. So they really felt that it was spiritual, when they were virtuous in what they were doing. The mission of the United States to redeem and remake the West in the image of the agrarian East. So that was these are their core tenets of Manifest Destiny. An irresistible destiny to accomplish this essential duty. An irresistible destiny to accomplish this essential duty. Let's get Habakkuk 2. We got to bring that out. And let's start at 4. Actually, start at 3. I'm gonna bring something out with this in relation to us going over this picture.
Man, I'm inspired. I turn right to it. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right. So obviously the ultimate full picture is the coming of Christ, our redemption, that country where God will not be ashamed of us, right? But part of the vision is being able to show who that son of perdition is. And part of that vision is one of these visuals that we do, because vision comes from visual, right? So we have this visual here, and these next verses we're going to read basically embodies this visual, okay? Come on.
Read verse 4.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
So it's going to let you know that his soul is not upright in him, right? Going into the atrocities that they committed unto us, going into the robbing, the raping, their diabolical schemes on how to continue to take our land and take our inheritance from us, like we read in Lamentations 5. Come on.
Verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
Right, meaning he's bringing different philosophies, different doctrines, right? Come on.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right, so part of that wine, you read in Micah 2 and 11, it's going into him basically. The wine is this stuff that they have special virtues, right? For the American people and their institutions. So that goes into bringing their religion, that goes into bringing their school system, to bringing their technology, right? Basically saying this is going to be better for you if we're here. Right? So he says, he transgresses by wine. Come on.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
No, he is a proud man. Start from there.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right. So meaning, first of all, none of this was his. Right. And then you looking at it here, and it says they were insatiable. Right. It says that he had an irresistible. Can you go back to where we were so I could look at it real quick? It says they had an irresistible destiny to accomplish this essential duty, right? So it says he don't keep at home. He had this, he couldn't help himself. It's like a dog that chases a car, right? Or a cat that plays with a laser. Like you have a little laser toy, they freak the hell out. They can't stop themselves. So it says he neither keepeth at home. They wanted to bring the agrarian East to the West. Come on.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
He enlarged his desire as hell. Now you're going to read the irresistible part. Come on.
And is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
An irresistible destiny to accomplish this essential duty. He cannot be satisfied. And when it says he enlargeth his desire as hell, chiefly that goes into the captivity that he brought with him. That goes into the and everything that comes with that, which is religion, which is politics, right? It says he enlargeth his desire as hell. And guess what? That's the opposite of that heavenly rulership. Hell means they said, wait a second, Mexicans, They abolished slavery. We need to be in charge in order for this to be the way we want it to be, where we can have slaves to work this land. So what did they bring? Hell. What is hell? They brought them down into a lower state instead of a higher state. Heavenly, one of the ways you break that down is rulership. Hell is not having that rulership. Them being the head and us being the tail. So it says they cannot be satisfied, that irresistible destiny to accomplish this essential duty. Come on.
But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Why? Because there were people there. They never went anywhere that was not set up, where they didn't get help and guidance to help get a foothold. And then once they do that, they take it over. And they heap all these people and nations unto them. Now you're going to come and be like us. That's the manifest destiny.
Lego.
Israel is back.
We back.
Israel is back.
We
got
back.
the nations running scared because Israel is back. All lies on us because we keeping them laws.
Keeping them
when the
laws.
Lord return, Babylon will fall.
Babylon go
Precept solid. We got them on lock.
Got 'em on lock.
God's chosen people with Christ as our rock. Israel is back.
We back.
Israel is back.
We back.
You heathen, get ready for our whip to crack.
Damn.